We're just about a week away from Augusta's banner, and after finally seeing her full kit and gameplay in the livestream, it's time to sit down and break her down completely. In this guide, we'll cover her gameplay flow, rotations, teams, echo choices, weapon options, and finally answer the big question: is she really worth your Astrites?
Before we continue, if you're planning a top-up, check out today's sponsor, Lupar. They've got some really solid deals right now. A 21% discount, even cheaper than buying in-game. You can self-top up quickly and easily. Lupar is completely safe with excellent Trustpilot reviews and one of the best options for Wuwa top-ups. Just click the top link in the description to check it out. And new users also get an extra 10% off when signing up. And yep, our weekly giveaway is live. Just comment below and join our Discord server to participate. Full details are in the description.
So Augusta is a new 5-star Broadblade user, and honestly, one of the most complex characters Wuthering Waves has released so far. Her gameplay revolves around 2 different forte bars, kinda similar to Lupa. One bar is called Prowess, and the other is called Ascendancy. Sounds a little confusing at first, but let's go step by step. Her intro skill fills her Prowess bar. Once you have it, you can spend that resource to perform a chain of heavy attacks. For example, hold to perform heavy attack, Thunder Roar backstep, then press again for Thunder Roar spin slash. When you're doing Steel Clash, you can also press to chain into Thunder Roar uppercut. Now, every time you run through that heavy attack chain, you'll start to build up her second bar, Ascendancy. And that's where things get really interesting. Once Ascendancy is filled, you can start unleashing enhanced resonance skills. If you max it out completely, you unlock a sequence of 3 chained attacks: Undying Sunlight Strike, Undying Sunlight Leap, and Undying Sunlight Plunge. So the basic rotation is use Prowess to perform heavy attack combos, gain Ascendancy, then spend Ascendancy on enhanced skills. Now, how do you build those resources in practice? Prowess is gained whenever Augusta uses her intro skill, Stride of Golden Flare, or just from dealing damage in combat. Ascendancy comes from her normal attacks and her base resonance skill, Warrior's Blade, dealing damage. On top of that, casting Stride of Golden Flare immediately restores 20% Ascendancy, while using her Resonance Liberation, Sword of Eternal Oath, restores 40% Ascendancy. So with a proper rotation, both bars are constantly filling and you'll rarely run dry. But things don't stop there. Augusta has one of the most unique mechanics in the game, Majesty stacks. Her Resonance Liberation skill actually has 2 stacks, and you can build them in 2 ways. One stack comes when you use an enhanced resonance skill, and another comes when your teammates use their outro skills. Once you have both, you can activate a special form called Sublime is the Sun. And here's the crazy part: this mode costs 0 resonance energy. Instead, it consumes those 2 Majesty stacks. When you activate it, Augusta generates the Ruler's Realm and enters the Sworn Allegiance state for 7 seconds. Inside the state, time is frozen, you can't switch resonators, and Augusta's entire kit transforms. You can only perform her sublime attacks or dodge. While airborne, she also unlocks mid-air attacks. In this mode, pressing or holding normal attack casts Sunborn, which deals electro damage counted as heavy attack damage. After using Sunborn 9 times, you can press normal attack or Resonance Liberation again to unleash Everbright Protector, a powerful finisher that ends the Sworn Allegiance state. You can also trigger this finisher early by holding Resonance Liberation. And here's a little flavor detail: while in this state, Augusta can literally walk on water without consuming stamina, which is a nice touch. Finally, let's talk about the Ruler's Realm itself. This field lasts for 30 seconds, and while it's active, if any of your other resonators use their intro skill, they'll gain a shield equal to 650 plus 5% of Augusta's max HP, lasting 10 seconds. It doesn't stack, but it's a really strong layer of extra survivability for your whole team.
Now let's talk about Augusta's weapons. Her signature Broadblade is by far her best in slot. Not only does it boost her attack and resonance skill damage, but the real broken part is that it shreds the enemy's defense by up to 35%, making it insanely valuable both for her and for the whole team. Her second best option is actually Qiuyuan's signature weapon, which gives her a massive 48% buff across the board. Right behind that, we have Lupa's signature, which works well thanks to both its attack and liberation damage bonus. On top of that, it even gives her some extra synergy if you're running her alongside fusion teammates. Now for F2P players, Lustrous Razor isn't amazing, but it's still a decent option. It gives her stable stats and can hold her over until you get something better. Moving on to Echo options. The brand new set Crown of Valor is practically made for Augusta. It gives her up to 20% crit damage and 30% attack, which is insane value for a main DPS. To maximize this, you can pair it with 2-piece Void Thunder for even more electro damage output. For stat priority, the general rule is 4 cost Echo with crit rate, 3 cost with electro damage bonus, and 1 cost with attack. But as of current testing, her best layout seems to be a 4-4-1-1-1 setup with double crit and triple attack. Of course, this could change since all this info is still based on beta adjustments. Now let's move into teams. Her strongest current team, no question, is Augusta with Yuno and Phrolova. This works because Yuno can equip the second new Echo set, Law of Harmony, which allows him to buff both Augusta and Phrolova at the same time. The team rotation flows as Phrolova, Yuno, then Augusta, setting her up perfectly for her main damage windows. As for other team options, Augusta works best with heavy attack buffers. That means Mortefi and Yuno are her core partners. Then for the third slot, you can either slot in a general support like Shorekeeper, Verena, or Baiji, or go for a sub-DPS like Phrolova or Brant. She also pairs decently with Yinlin since Yinlin's outro buffs electro damage. However, keep in mind that her liberation buffs don't apply to Augusta, so compared to Yuno or Mortefi, Yinlin does fall off a bit. That said, her team is still solid since Yinlin contributes a good amount of damage herself. So overall, Augusta is easily shaping up to be one of the strongest DPS characters in the game, right up there with Kardathea and Zani.
So overall, Augusta is easily shaping up to be one of the strongest DPS characters in the game, right up there with Kardathea and Zani. And the crazy part is, she's only going to get stronger. That's because one of her only dedicated buffers, Qiuyuan, is rumored to be coming soon, and is specifically designed to buff Augusta's kit even further.
This also ties into the big question many players are asking. Should you pull for Yuno right now if you're mainly planning to run Augusta? I already made a full breakdown on that topic, so if you're confused, definitely check out that video. Link is in the description.